Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and today I want to talk a little bit about dump trailers and comparing goosenecks to bumper pulls, give my thoughts, maybe get your thoughts because I have a decision I'm trying to make on it. So for the last year, I've been doing tractor work and using a dump trailer to also haul materials for those jobs or separately just to haul things for people. I recently upgraded from a half-ton truck to a 3/4 ton diesel. I got a Gooseneck equipment trailer, and hopefully soon I'm going to have a skid steer on the property. And that's going to allow me to offer a lot more services and expand this into more of a legitimate business instead of what's kind of been a hobby side business to this point. So I've had a plan in place of everything I wanted to accomplish, and there's always a lot of things pulling on me for the same money. I really want a flail mower for this tractor, and I really want a land plane for the tractor. Those things are expensive. So is everything else I've been doing. And so I want to make smart choices. My plan I've been following in my mind was, after I got the truck, then I was going to get the Gooseneck equipment trailer, then I was going to take my dump trailer and trade it in for a Gooseneck dump trailer, and then the skid steer. I've already talked to the dealership that sold me my current dump trailer. It's a 7x12, 14K rated bumper pull trailer. It's really nice, no complaints about it. If you've ever used a gooseneck, you're probably thinking it's an obvious choice that a gooseneck is better. And I agree. They tow better, they handle the weight better, and more than anything, they maneuver so much better. It's so much easier to back in. And so if you're hauling dirt or rock or mulch or whatever the case might be, and you need to get into a tight spot, or maybe you're going around a house and between a tree and you need to get to a certain place to dump it, it's going to be so much easier with that gooseneck, because if needed, you can completely jackknife it to get where you need to go. It seems like the obvious choice to go with the gooseneck. I've already been into the dealership where I bought my current trailer and talked to them about trading it in. They said that my trailer right now is worth more than I paid for it, and I would just pay the cost difference. I'm not going to lose a ton of money on the swap if I decide to do it. So what's the holdup? Why haven't I done it yet? And the answer is something I've already covered in a couple videos, so I don't want to beat a dead horse, but just the base level information is that my truck is a 2500 3/4 ton diesel truck with a 19,000 pound tow capacity. And those are the numbers I focused on when I purchased it. My gross combined vehicle weight rating is over 26,000 pounds, so that's not an issue. The issue is payload and gross axle weight ratings. A bumper pull trailer puts 10% of the weight that's in the trailer onto the truck, whereas a gooseneck puts 15% of that weight. And I've bought weigh-safe hitches for the bumper pull and the gooseneck. I have separate videos on this also. I'll put both of those videos linked at the end if you're interested in hearing all my thoughts on it. But if you're trying to follow the rules and stay within your payload, every pound that gooseneck shifts forward onto the truck is less that you can legally haul in the dump trailer. So I've already taken my existing dump trailer, loaded it to full capacity, and checked my pin weight, and did the math and found out that I am right at my payload with my existing dump trailer. Now if I put the same amount of weight in a gooseneck, I'm going to be 600 pounds heavier onto the pin. And I'm now over payload. There's a whole conversation. Is DOT going to give me a hard time because I'm over payload? It's unlikely that that happens, but it is possible. And the best case scenario is to do everything I want to do without exceeding capacities. And if this is the point in the video where you want to leave a comment and tell me I should have got a 3500, I'm fine with that. You're probably right, but I'm not trading in my truck. So I really want that gooseneck, but I think with a 3/4 ton, I think it makes more sense to stick with the bumper pull. So I've had people with a lot of experience tell me that when you go through a DOT check, they will never look at your payload number. They might look at your gross axle weight rating, which is going to be higher. And this is what's really frustrating me right now, is I think the same amount of weight in the gooseneck is safer than the same amount of weight on the bumper pull. My ratings tell me that to comply, I have to do it the way that's not as safe in my mind. And that's a fault in the rating system. If I can exceed my payload without exceeding my gross combined vehicle weight rating or exceeding either of my gross axle weight ratings, then I don't understand why that payload number is what it is. I know how they calculate it, but it's problematic to me. And I think it's a system that they need to look at these ratings. And I guess Chevy has taken a step with their 3/4 tons to raise the GVWR on the 3/4 ton trucks so they can give you an extra 500 or 600 pounds of payload. I think what it may come down to for me is going over to the Highway Patrol office and seeing if I can get someone to sit down with me and explain what they look at. Another thing to think about with the gooseneck and a bumper pull is I know a lot of guys with half-ton trucks that might be able to help me on jobs and can't hook up to a gooseneck. So let's say my son-in-law, who has a Ram 1500, is going to help me with a job, and I'm taking the gooseneck equipment trailer and I'm having him bring the dump trailer. He can't do it if I switch to a gooseneck. That's either a big benefit or a big negative towards the gooseneck, is if you get the gooseneck, not nearly as many people are going to be trying to borrow your trailer. But then if you need help from someone, or let's say my truck's in the shop, I can't easily get access to another truck with a gooseneck bowl. So just another thing to think about. I know this was a lot of numbers and sometimes that gets a little boring, but I appreciate you taking time to watch. I'm going to put links over here to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.